Need any of the prime
Welcome,
rib.
little Bobby. Come on, have a seat. Viewers, this is little Bobby Tucker. We're very excited to have him. A lot of people in Albuquerque know him as the front man for Shoulder Voices. And the guy that wears glitter.
That's very blessed by circumstance and haphazardness. Is that
That's happenstance.
That okay?
Yeah,
I
that's
love
when
it.
you blend
No, it
those
seems
two.
more like haphazardness.
Circumstance
I think I made
and-
up a word.
Yeah, well,
I am running for governor of Texas.
Are you?
Yeah, haphazardness.
Haphazardness. Exactly.
Nuclear.
I hadn't heard about the
Nuclear.
campaign. That's exciting. We
Yeah,
got so
that's
much-
coming up.
Oh, that's great. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Do you, are there? What happened to you today? Some like exciting things?
No, just went to the zoo and
Went
worked
to
with
the
a bunch
zoo.
of animals, and then at 3:00, all the zookeepers gathered together, and we had a pumpkin carving contest.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was very fun.
So you work in zookeepery. That's really cool.
It is a lot of fun. I've been working at the Albuquerque Biopark for a couple of years, and it's fantastic work.
You know,
it's a lot better than retail.
I used to work with a bunch of animals, but then I moved out of Rochester.
Did you have to scoop their poop? I hope not.
That sounds like a cool job to have.
It is.
I know you more, of course, through your creative work, being a musician. Now people are getting to know you as dear little Bobby, which is
Yay.
exciting.
Very exciting.
But like a zoo job seems like a cool job to have on the side.
It is a good job. It's a lot of routine. Feed this animal, rake, feed, rake.
How'd you get
And then
into
it's
yeah.
interspersed with random chaotic events that you don't expect. Like this was born, this died, this tried to do this, it's tried to escape, and
Right.
this person jumped in the lion pit. That hasn't happened yet, unfortunately.
No,
but,
thankfully.
Yeah, for
but it
them.
happens around the country, and
I hear about these things.
fortunately right now, if anybody jumps in our lion pit, we don't have any lions.
I heard
So-
And that's
sadly,
unfortunate.
They're just
Yeah.
an empty-
Both
it's just an
lions
empty
passed
pit.
away.
Good time to jump in, though.
hey, this is a great time that you can tell people why the lions died, because a lot of people are
old
wondering.
age, basically. We have a
Elderly
male
lions.
lion and a female lion. The male died a few months ago. He was nearly, I think, 20. The female lion died a few months later. She was in her early 20s. Part of that might have been of heartbreak. We've all heard
Aw,
that
yeah.
Yeah.
with humans. So that's nice and bittersweet all at once. But
Yeah.
all of our cats are very old, which is a testament to good zookeeping. And
That's cool.
And for all the people out there that don't like zoos, we didn't create this circumstance, and the zookeepers I know aren't glad these animals are in captivity.
Yeah.
But what's your solution to them going extinct?
But you're taking care of them.
That's right.
You are caring for these
That's right.
lovely animals.
And everybody I know there has passion. In fact, our cat keeper's been there almost 20 years. She's my age. She's
Wow.
40. She's been there since she was 20. She's worked with these cats since the day they arrived, and just very passionate.
Nice.
People that are tuning in, you might look at you and say, I would not guess you're a zookeeper. How did you get into to working at zoos?
In high school, I was really interested in animals and music, and then when it came time to choose for college, I chose biology because you can't make a living doing music, right? So then I got my biology degree and went to work retail.
Where was this? Where'd you grow up?
Waco, Texas. I don't know if you've heard of it.
I've heard.
It's
I've heard,
famous
yeah.
for all the wrong reasons.
Exactly.
And studied biology in the Dallas area and couldn't stand Texas. So after I graduated, I fled to New Mexico because it was a more welcoming environment. And the girlfriend I moved here with dumped me, and I found myself alone in a state, knowing nobody and knowing nothing. So I learned how to play music, basically.
But you stayed,
Mhm,
and
I did stay.
and you started. And is that when you started playing music?
Yeah, before that had always been playing just in the bedroom, making cassette tapes.
Nice.
Just me, one other friend, just me,
Sure.
and that went on for years. And when I got basically left in Albuquerque, I started going downtown to the bars to see what the local music scene was like, and liked it, and immediately thought, I can do that. I could do that. I could probably do that better. Maybe not that, but I could do that. And started, a nucleus of friends, and we're like, hey, what about a band?
Nice.
And that was,
What was your
14
first?
years
What
ago.
was your 14 years?
There you are.
Awesome. What was your first band?
Shoulder Voices.
Which is the band that you're in now?
Yep. We're about to celebrate our 14th anniversary.
That's
Me
amazing.
and one dude I was washing dishes with at a local grocery store. The second day I ever was working there, we started talking about the Beach Boys. I was like, you like the Beach Boys? I like the Beach Boys. That's weird. And then we hit it off from there, and we play together till this day. He's one of my best friends, and we call him the Musk. That's his stage name.
Well, what's the trick to staying in a band for this long? Most bands do not last that long.
Being flexible. We've gone through a lot of people. Like for a while, it was rotating bass players. We had drums, guitar, keyboards. But we always needed a bass player. That went on for a few years. Then we had a bass player, but our drummer moved away, so it was rotating drummers. Now we're very stable on drummers, and it's just a matter of just all the little things like weekly practice, communication, send out a mass text to everybody, and then following up. And if somebody can't make it, you go with the flow. And if that becomes a problem, then you deal with that. And if they couldn't, back in the day, there were 3 or 4 of us. If somebody couldn't make a show, we'd be like, okay, how about you play drums for this show? And just like try to be versatile. And my personal secret is to have people in the band that are better musicians than me, which is not that hard to do because I was very rudimentary. So I was like, wow, you're really good. Play with me, please. You're really good. Play with me, please. How do you
get people to say yes? Because I want that too, but sometimes, I think it's hard.
It's like a snowball. Like if you get just a little bit good enough that other people are interested, then they might want to play with you, and that makes you sound that much better, makes us sound better, and then other people might want to play, and eventually years go by, and our current drummer I approached 4 years ago. I saw him at a burlesque show, and after the show he was in a jazz duo playing music while the girls were dancing. His name's Ryan Scarata, and he's a fantastic musician. I was like, are you interested in rock bands? We're looking for a drummer. Do you happen to be interested? And it just happened to work out that he was free and interested. And he's like, what does it sound like? I'm like, I don't know, the Beach Boys, Ween, Black Sabbath. He's like, that's weird.
It's a good combination.
Yeah, and he was interested, and now almost 5 years later, he's still our drummer, and he's recording our record. And
nice.
If he had gone to our website and not liked what he had heard, then he would have been like, no thanks. I assume.
Right. You guys just performed, there's a traditional show before Halloween in Albuquerque. I don't know how many years it's been going, but Night of the Living Cover Bands.
Night of the Living Cover Bands. Thank you to the Launchpad and Low Spirits. They host this every year.
Yeah.
They get at least, 25, 30 bands to play 2 different bars, and it's a real event. We played last weekend, and there were maybe 15 bands and hundreds of people there for a very small bar.
Each band plays
it's called Night of the Living Cover Bands, and each local band plays as another band, generally a well-known band. Although next year we are considering going as a well-known local band.
Ooh. Throw a curve.
Just to put a thumb in their eye. It's imitation's the highest form of flattery, but I don't know what they say about mockery.
That's a great idea. So you went this year as who?
The Velvet Underground and Nico, and I was German model / something not very good singer Nico, which was right up my alley. Mm-hmm. And I worked on my terrible German accent for like 3 or 4 days.
It looked great.
It's a terrible accent. That's great.
I learned how to say, your applause is hurting my ears in German.
You did sing, though, didn't you? I hope you sang.
I did. I sang 2 songs that Nico sang, and then our guitar player, Kevin R. Elder, sang 2 that Lou Reed sang.
Yeah, I saw a video of him.
On stage, we were fighting, basically like the Velvet Underground.
Nice. At this point, I'd like to introduce some of our less animated guests here, and maybe you could, Bobby, maybe you could say something.
Yeah.
This is a rabbit.
Okay.
This is an Easter rabbit.
Seems like something might have happened to the rabbit at some point.
Coming up on Halloween, but it's always Easter with us.
Always Easter.
We also have a very large bear that's crucified.
Also an Easter.
Easter theme.
Well, I guess that's more of a Good Friday thing.
Well,
so far, he hasn't gotten off the cross.
Right.
Sure.
Still stuck there.
This is a very large wolf wearing a Lousy Robot T-shirt.
Oh, Lousy Robot.
Match my Lousy Robot button.
Nice.
Sure. Yeah, and they're all bleeding from the left forehead eyeball area. We have about 50 of them
all
at
from
home.
the left.
Yeah.
Sure.
Tell us more.
Because this guy on the left, this devil,
one of your shoulder voices,
sinister side is always messing up. Sometimes I do blood, like glitter on this side, and that particular thing. I was inspired by the Flaming Lips. I saw them perform, and there was one song where Wayne Cohen put blood all over his face and did that for a few years. And so I came back to Albuquerque after that road trip and was like, I'm going to do that with ketchup. And then, you know what works better than ketchup? Something that's not made of sugar and sticky. Yeah. So I use glitter and blood and yeah.
Right. I had a question. I know you do. I know you do. You've been doing the column, which has had a lot of great response.
Oh, jeez.
Is that better? Is that helping?
We just want to.
Is this good?
Point like that.
Is that better? Listen, and I ran into this problem earlier about the glitter, and because I was applying glitter to someone that I was having a relationship with, and still, but this has come up. Can you have too much glitter?
I don't think you can have too much glitter unless it's possibly in your eye, in which case you should have squinted.
Right. So
earlier,
what you're saying, what you're saying is definitely not my fault.
Okay.
Right.
Awesome.
Right. That's
right.
Great. I just wanted to confirm that
it gets in my eye. We have a saying at the zoo: like if an animal bites you, it's your fault.
Right. Because you got near the animal. It was in a cage. Why'd you go in there?
Yeah. What do you expect?
Sure.
If you get glitter in your eye, then it shouldn't have been that close to your eye. And if somebody else is applying glitter, it's like smoke, you could blame them, or you could go to the no smoking section.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Of the casino.
Sure. How long have you worn glitter makeup? You've got some glitter game. You got it. And you know why I say this also? I posted on Facebook. A few of my friends know I somehow inexplicably signed up to do face painting at my kids' school. And it was traumatizing is what it was. I had done it at home for my daughter.
Oh, right.
It was a fall fiesta at my kids' school, and I had done it at home, and it was really different. There's like a line of kids, and there's parents, and they're all looking at me, and I was just terrible. I mean, awful, because they were asking me for specific things too. So by the final couple kids, I was getting into the teeniest bit of a groove, and I literally was thinking channel little Bobby. And I was thinking of some of the photos that I had just recently been putting. I'm like abstract designs, and those were better.
Is the key.
So anyway, please tell me how you started, because you're good at it, and what's the deal?
I think it was when I first moved to Albuquerque, my first Halloween here with my girlfriend. We had seen the movie Velvet Underground.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to be that guy for Halloween. So I just randomly was like, and I have photos from that night. And it's just a little bit of glitter, a little bit of eyeliner, some shiny pants. I was like, wow, this is so freaky. And I had a hat with like one feather. And then the next year I was single, and it was Halloween, and I did something like that again, but a little more. And then by that time I was like, I'm tired. I don't want to wait until just once a year to do this.
Right.
So here we are on the verge of Halloween. And
if you do it once a year, you can't get good at it. You can't get good at it,
I was doing this makeup like an hour ago, and I totally forgot about like how it originated. And it was Halloween. And then by that point, I was like, I'll just start a band so I can do this every weekend.
Persistence.
Yeah.
That's a key to most creative work.
That's a great idea.
And then
it's a lesson learned.
It's year-round I do this. I'm like, I don't know why not everyone, but all the people that dress up on Halloween, like, why not do that more often?
Yeah.
Because it's fun.
Yeah, totally.
And life is short.
Well, let me remind our viewers that you can call into 562-MIMOSA-5, which is, what are the numbers? 562-646-6725.
Yes.
And this might be a good segue to talk a little bit about Dear Little Bobby, our new advice column at Pyragraph.
Right.
I first met you, I think, when I was doing one of those Me, Myself, and I think it was one of Jim Phillips' shows at Blackbird, and this is a couple 3 years ago, something like that. And then I started seeing you at the Co-op, and I'd see you around, and you're easy to spot because you wear a lot of glitter makeup.
And I had
it's like,
makeup,
oh yeah, that's that
some
guy.
makeup on at the grocery store.
Yeah, you did. And then we became Facebook friends, and that's how I got to know you in any deeper way, because you post a lot of cool stuff. You post a lot about music. You post about glitter makeup. You post about being a Buddhist. You post about being celibate for 2 years. You're really, I don't know. You put it out there, and you have a real interesting take on things, I think.
Thank you.
And then fast forward a few years, and we've been wanting an advice columnist.
Yeah.
It's like, perfect. You're a musician. You know creative people. You know the creative struggles. You know, you juggle side jobs. You do all this stuff. So long and short is I extended the invitation, and here you are. And you've written 3 for us.
Yay, thank you.
I love the answers so far. They're great.
I think you've helped a lot of people.
I think you have helped a lot of people. So
frustrated girlfriends.
The frustrated girlfriends, the frustrated artists, I loved your answer about cultural appropriation for Indigenous Peoples Day. That was your first column. It was that day, which was cool.
Right.
So anyway, so thank you for saying yes, and I'm really excited about this column.
Me.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit. One of the things that I like about your thing is I don't know, you give solid advice, you tell it like it is, but you really have heart and compassion, and I know that probably comes from your Buddhist practice. I would imagine. So I don't know, could you tell us a little bit about that part of your
15 years ago when I moved to Albuquerque? The girlfriend dumped me after about a year, and I was alone and sad, and I happened to see in a weekly paper lunchtime meditation at a temple, and I went. And I was like, I like this. And a few months later I went every few months for a while, and then for years I only went like if I had like a bad situation at work or with a girl, I would go there because I'm like, that place always makes me feel better. That went on for about 10 years, and a few years ago I went through a really dark period personally, and I knew exactly where to go to feel better, so I went there every week for a couple years, and it basically turned my life around.
That's awesome.
And by my own choices and the help of others around me. And
I've been to that place. I remember they had a kids meditation. It was a Saturday morning, and
Dharma
I went
for kids.
Yes, and I've gone a couple times with my kids who are leaving. Bye, children. I love you, my children. And that was cool. And it's really far away, and I remember seeing that you would run there.
I did.
You're a runner too, right?
It's about 3.5 miles from my house.
It seems like things that go hand in hand probably well. You know, long distance running to go like meditate. It seems
working the body to get there. You work the brain, eat a little good vegetarian food, and you run home and have plenty of time to think about whatever's making me go there to begin with. On the trip there and back, and the trip back was always a lot easier.
There you go.
Well, it's up in the heights, so it's probably mostly downhill.
It is downhill. It's also downhill emotionally, and they're going to open a new center in Nob Hill this coming year, and it's going to be much larger and centrally located. So I'm very excited.
That's
about
great.
That. If anybody's interested, it's Kadampa Meditation Center of New Mexico, KMC, New Mexico. Look it up online.
That's awesome.
I'm
a dabbler.
It's a Kadampa Buddhist tradition. After I went there for about 13 years, somebody pulled me aside one day and told me the Dalai Lama didn't approve.
I know there's different. You know.
And he was a Tibetan young man, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "The Dalai Lama doesn't approve of the Kadampas."
Really?
And I looked at him, and I was like, "I think the Dalai Lama should have better things to worry about than where I go on Sundays."
Right.
And then I realized. That's a whole issue.
There's a whole issue with Buddhism and
there's
the
different
West.
Schools of thought, right?
Yeah. Well, it's in the West, and that's tough for Americans.
I'm going to shout this out one more time because we're coming close to the end of our time. Get
another drink.
I want another drink too.
Yeah.
You want to give me another amber? Or no. Yeah, it's the amber.
We have Haley here.
562 Mimosa 5. So what we were thinking is if we did get calls, we could even go late, and this might be like bonus.
If we were going to get calls.
I'm getting a call.
Is that a
call?
call?
Hold on. It's a call. Hold on.
Caller.
Okay. Hey, Juliet. Okay, wait. I'm gonna.
Oh, press. Yeah. Hang up and press
Hold
1.
on. I'm accepting the call. Hello.
Hello?
Yeah. Hello.
Hi. You're live.
Hi. Can
on
you hear
the
me?
air.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you're live at Pyragraph Live from the Albuquerque Press Club. Welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thanks for having me on.
This is exciting. Talk loud because we're really low rent here. I'm holding my phone up to the microphone,
this is
literally.
the kind of quality we have here.
This is.
Okay, cool. I have you on speaker also. My roommate is listening in.
This is so cool. Thank you for calling.
Do you have a question for little Bobby?
We got dear little Bobby on. He's an advice columnist. He gives great advice.
Okay, great. So my question is sex orientated. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, cool. So me and my boyfriend are thinking about having a threesome, but she is not really so into it. And I was calling to get some advice on how to approach the situation.
You said she's not really into it?
No, it's a boy. And I want to do a double threesome with his 2 boys.
Okay.
With 2 boys?
It's a little bit, he thinks he's kind of a little bit homophobic.
Oh. So your boyfriend's a little homophobic?
Yeah, he doesn't want to do the, 2 penis thing.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm going to defer to little Bobby on this.
that's a great one for little Bobby.
Is he more concerned about the penis and him, or over the stranger's penis and you? So it's more about homophobia, not jealousy?
Maybe probably both.
It's probably both. Huh.
Yeah.
Then I would say, depending on how important this is to you, maybe it's not going to work out for your boyfriend. Because that's the kind of thing I would like. But if the girl I was with wouldn't like it, then one of us would have to decide relative importance, I guess.
Right.
I've asked my girlfriend for the same thing, and she's like, no. So, I don't know. Maybe a couple years might change her mind. Maybe not. Maybe a couple years might change my mind, or maybe I'll be like, it's so important to me. I need a different girlfriend. I don't think so.
Say that again.
Yeah, you're thinking long term.
Yeah, for sure. Because if you're having sex with 3 people, there's all kinds of long-term consequences like diseases, pregnancy, jealousy, all sorts of stuff. And there's also benefits that are short-term and long-term.
Wear and tear.
Mm-hmm.
Wear and tear.
Yeah.
Just like with carpet.
Exactly.
How long have you been with your boyfriend?
About 8 months now.
Mm-hmm.
I think Bobby has some good advice.
Is your relationship with him good? Do you like it? Is the sex good and everything
I like
else?
Our relationship.
She said yeah.
Yeah, she said
Yeah.
yeah.
We've been in the first 6 months of it was open. There's an open relationship, but now we've been a little bit more committed, and I feel like I'm getting a little bit bored.
Yeah, that can happen.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not good if you're bored, because whether there's a third person or not, the boredom is not going to benefit anybody. So if it was me, it would just be a matter of how important is this one particular fetish, and if all the other sex good, and I can give up that, or I'd love to see my girlfriend with a girl, or if she's not down with that, then okay, is everything else really good? Then that might be just one little fetish out of the entire world.
The overall balance, right?
On the other hand, if the sex isn't good and I'm not having my fetishes met and they're not happy, and I mean, how does he? So, is he bored or no?
No, I don't think so. Our sex is good. It's good, and I'm not bored in bed or anything like that. I just wanted to spice things up a little bit. I guess it's just been something I wanted to try my whole life. And it doesn't really have any.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you tried tying him up and telling him exactly what's what?
No, I haven't tried that.
You could try that. He doesn't have to like what you like, but you could try tying him up and telling him what you want. That would be my first recommendation.
See, Bobby's a problem solver. He's a problem solver, straight up.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Yeah, that's good. We got a great call.
Thank you so much for. What was your name again?
All right. It's Julia.
Hey, Julia. Thank you so much for calling, and think about sending further questions to Dear Little Bobby at Pyragraph.com.
Hey, Julia. Yeah. I just want have a lucky day.
Wait, Julia. Yeah. Thanks so much for calling.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye.
Yeah, that's a great question, because I'm in a new relationship for less than a year, and the exact same thing has come up with me and my girlfriend.
Well, I have something to share about that too, not from my life. It's a friend, it really is, and it's a friend who we know, who they were discussing this, and I thought it was interesting because we were talking about it, and the one in question wanted to only have the third party. He's like, it's got to be someone I like. Mm-hmm. And so it was somebody they were kind of close to. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I'm really kind of a one guy. I don't have experience in this area really, but it seems to me when I hear about threesomes that go wrong, it's like usually when then they fall in, then there's they fall in love with the other person, and if it's not just about sex, that can be troublesome.
Absolutely.
And so when I heard our mutual friend say, well, I have to really like them. It's like, oh, well, that to me is saying you're getting into dangerous territory.
That sounds like a three-way relationship, not a three-way sexual
Do you agree?
act.
That was my advice. It was like two away. It was like a friend told me, and I'm like, yeah, I think I understand. I mean, okay, that makes sense to me too. That's the people that I want to have sex with, the people I actually love and care for. But it sounds like to me maybe trouble.
Right. Are you looking for a sexual release or an emotional release or both. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I think if
interesting.
you're gonna, I think the third person needs to be somebody I like. Sounds like it could be a lot of trouble unless you both really like them and you're both happy. And
Sure.
and that's a lot of ifs and buts. And,
Right.
These are-
you know, we just need 3 butts. Right
Yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah.
2 or 3.
Exactly.
We don't need like a whole bunch of butts.
Just keep it to 3 butts. These are the kind of questions that
Yeah.
we get
They are.
over at Pyragraph.com.
There was another sex question, but there have been 6 questions so far. One was a sex
Sure.
question. This is now our second one. But you're taking questions from people talking about being. There was a frustrated girlfriend where her boyfriend was not finding success in his photography career.
Mm-hmm.
I think you've given great advice to everybody, all of them. But so that was a good question. You can find these again at Pyragraph under
.com.
Dear Little Bobby. I referred earlier to that question about cultural appropriation when
Right.
it's appropriate to wear tribal costumes.
Which is
here we
never.
are at Halloween, and the day we ran that was Indigenous Peoples Day. So another, it keeps coming up this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
What were some of the other ones? I loved the one. There was somebody who wrote about in this. It was something like in this age of CEOs going to creativity
Right.
retreats. How can an artist keep their edge? Because it's so true. This creativity thing. I mean, we're a creativity publication,
Right.
but we're not really corporate. You know,
No.
we're not. I thought that was a great question. So, viewers, please check out how Bobby has answered and send in more questions.
Send in your questions. These are great questions we've had so far.
Please tell us what kind of questions. What more kind of questions would you love to answer?
I like questions about life, death, love, sex, glitter, stuffed animals, running, marathons, vegetarianism, environmental stewardship, care of animals. I have wide-ranging interests. I have an entire room in my house that's all Star Trek. That's very specific. But aside from that, my interests are fairly broad.
Star Trek related
Uh-huh.
questions
Ooh,
are also.
I got
yeah.
a good Star Trek related question.
All right.
What's the name of that test that they take at the end of the Starfleet school, where it's impossible to pass?
Kobayashi Maru.
Boom, that's it.
Boom. Yeah.
This
been
is
in
the kind of
multiple
quality
movies.
you're getting out of this.
Seriously.
This is, a lot of people don't understand the team we have here at Pyragraph
Uh-huh.
It's like
and the depth of
well-oiled
knowledge.
machine. Yeah.
I mean, this is exceptional.
No,
And,
this is great. Well, we went over a little bit because we were so excited to take a call, and that was, hey,
And-
Julia, thank you.
Thanks,
Julia.
Yeah,
You
thanks,
rule.
Julia.
Yeah.
And
Have a lucky
I
day,
want
Julia.
more calls.
Right.
Mhm.
But it's okay because next week
We're going to take a week off.
we're just screwing around. We're not doing anything next week. We're just frolicking.
Well, no,
around
no,
in the-
that's not
Oh,
true.
we're not.
That's
I
not
thought
true.
I thought we just ate
No.
a bunch of yogurt.
What
or
we're
at the
going to
Old
do
Town
is
and
this
we can-
old lady is going to be uploading a lot of these to YouTube and then pushing them out to Pyragraph. A number of people have written in and say, that Len Romano interview was so great. Where can I find it? And
Right,
how about
right.
Shondine and Ryan? I can't find. Well, it's mea culpa. It's really mostly me. There's a backlog of these video casts that have not been uploaded yet.
Sure.
You can find many of them at youtube.com/PyragraphTV.
It's our own station.
That's our
there.
own YouTube channel. So you can find many of them at youtube.com/PyragraphTV. There were behind about 2 of them. I think I'm
Right.
almost caught up there, and then we're going to push them to Pyragraph. And it's just, I don't know, we're a small machine, right? We're independent publishing. I mean, we are small. We have
Can't
a
stop,
staff of 4,
won't stop.
5. And we're just trying. So we're going to take the week off and
Right.
catch the fuck up.
We're going to catch up, and
Yeah.
then also,
Yeah.
the following Thursday, people can tune in.
Yes.
Once again, 6 o'clock,
6 p.m. Mountain.
Mountain Time, the best time, to tune in
Yes.
to Pyragraph Live at the Press Club.
Yeah, exactly. You go to pyragraph.com/Pyragraph Live,
Right.
and you can watch it live. And then once our machine is running, which we're always good at eventually getting our machine running.
Right.
We're careful, right?
Right.
We step in carefully, and then it'll be at our YouTube channel and at Pyragraph. So
I know we're walking our way out, and I want to thank Little Bobby for being here.
Yay.
Me
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you
and
so
I
much.
just, I want to wish you a lucky day.
I want to wish you a day blessed by random circumstances also.
Awesome. Do you have any shows coming up you'd like to tell
We're
people
playing on this Saturday for Halloween
Sweet.
at Bert's Tiki Lounge for the Slow
Love Bert's.
Jeremiah release party.
Sweet.
And I think we're right in the middle. Really good time slot. It's
Great.
free. We're going to be doing a few Velvet Underground covers, leftovers,
nice.
reheated
you
to room
practiced
temperature. That's right.
That's
And
great.
my girlfriend and I, who's in the band, are going to be showing off our Halloween costumes, which don't involve a lot of clothing. I'll say that.
Nice work. Nice work.
So I hope it's
Awesome.
a warm night.
Well, thank you so much for
Thank
coming. Thanks again to Jeremy for AV engineering,
No problem.
sitting in the engineering hot seat.
I feel like this whole lucky day thing is I don't like it.
You don't have to have a lucky day.
Well, I just feel like
Go
it's
ahead,
very
not have one.
insincere. I won't have one.
Hashtag have a random day.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like
Random
random days.
May
Well-
your day be very random then.
I, for my part, would like to thank my co-host, Clark Conde, Pyragraph's creative director, who we're so happy to
Say
have.
live long and prosper.
There you
How's
go.
that?
There we
There you
go.
go.
Love that.
Thanks, as always, to Pyragraph sponsors, the Cochette Ideas and Innovation Center, the Albuquerque Game Developers Guild, Music Go Round. Thanks always to the team, Clark Conde, Jeremy Kinter, Josh Stuyvesant, Sage Harrington. I love you guys. Turtle O'Toole, who always helps us set up in one way or another. Thank you to my husband, Turtle, for technical support. Like we talked about before, we're going to take a break next week. We're going to finally get these episodes uploaded and organized. So come back the following week after next, and you'll hear more tales from the creative front lines. Talk soon.